where for Mirage, we can see a little bit more creativity, a bit more in the face of their opposition. And realistically, Jay, there is an upset still here to be created. We've got to see the goods, though.
Well, Aura started their upset run by defeating LDLC on this map during the open qualifier. Let's see whether they can turn that into a victory above ENCE, what would be their biggest victory to date in this best-of-3 series. Pistol round going live. Aura will be on the CT start, and ENCE already setting up for the pistol execution. Tech9 Verstappen passed over to him as the raid boss smokes on towards connector jungle and stairs. Shine Force back at CT, going to wait for his teammates to get here. They're going to charge straight in, get this bomb down, and go for the retake.
Gap in that right-hand side is going to mean Hyde can work with it. The taps come through. Does better deal with Snappy trying to deny the bomb from going down, but it will get parted.
And closed off in that respect for Dotto. Hades can respond towards Franson. 4 on 4 as Zen starts looking in the smokes towards connector jungle, and stairs will clear. Zen still has his eyes set, his attention drawn towards his backline position. Here they come. Taps forward to the CT. Shine! Perfect headshots on Dotto and Dia. And smoke on the bomb itself should cover off the player over at Palace. That's where Hades is at. He gets his kill on Zen. Spinks gets 2 more headshots. Shine still on the bomb. And both players combine to make it 3 kills for Hades. And ends with a pistol win.
And sometimes you could do everything right and still lose the round. And in that position, Shine had a great sequence out from CT. 2 taps with the USP, smoke onto the bomb, you get on it and you start pulling distractions. And that's exactly what they do. And ENCE still managed to pull ahead. 3K coming through from Hades, 2 in from Spinks. What an excellent post plant from ENCE.
Absolutely. Really, really nice stuff from those 2 individuals. And given that Aura were getting some serious trades and serious shots on the board, punish the bunched up positions to try and recover off the back of what could have been a fantastic CT start. Goes the way of ENCE very early. Forcing out the scouts, of course, on the force buy for Aura. Deagle's in for most individuals, and ENCE have the rifles.
Gotta wonder for Aura, without really having too much of a mid starts in from Connector and from Window, how they're actually going to start putting pressure onto these underpass players. You've got the one individual of Zen up and short. Hype going to start moving forward, hesitant with the utility coming forward, and for ENCE, so much map control being gained out from mid without even challenge.
Smokes on as ENCE try and make their way up in towards the apartments. They've got Bobek to deal with. The Eagle just stands by and waits and hopes and prays and expects ENCE to make their way forward pretty early onto this. There's 3 players total towards the CT defensive, so Aura could still have a chance to overwhelm if ENCE don't check all their corners. I imagine the scope might get heard out by Snappy, so he might be privy to some information out here. Meanwhile, there's action coming in towards that B site as ENCE try and force out something over towards A site. Bobek finally forced away as Franson will drop, and the bomb will try and rotate, actually. They get that kill, they open up the site. Seems like the best call.
That's a smart call for ENCE, because you're just relying on the A fake. You actually get a pick, right, let's go with it. We'll work with the information, and the trades just keep going back and forth. Time wasting is coming through from the scout with a couple of kills. Shine out from CT, gets away with 1, can't deny the bomb, and in fact, it doesn't even go down at all. D is just waiting for the fight to go his way. Time was running relatively low, ENCE still hold themselves, and Aura, they needed to waste for just slightly longer and stay alive.
The fact they traded to a 2v2, I think, is credit to Aura. Again, they're still showing that they have some fight left in themselves. They're still showing that they've got some bite and bark. But not enough to win that conversion. There's the rifles staying in with the MAC-10s, of course, for ENCE. No real force invest for Aura. They have that P250 on Hype being a $300 investment, the extent of the entire investment for the CT side right here. Stacking towards mid control at Sniper's Nest. Have Dotto here to pick up the pieces, get the opening frags.
This could be an absolute mop-up round for Snappy to just get mass kills with that MAC-10. Or stacking in heavy together, having the unit system.
There's Dia finding the opener. Franson does find Snappy on the return frag. Spinks, MAC-10 involved, Dotto getting his kills together, 2K to his name. Last man seen a Shine. Glock will be able to finish off the job. Nice and easy, nice and efficient. 3-0 to the start for ENCE.
We haven't seen Aura play a massive amount of Mirage. They're 3-0 when it comes to the HLTV officials. Outside of HLTV, they've beaten a Subaru on this map, Fnatic Rising, Onyx. They've beaten some okay level teams. Even in the ones on HLTV look pretty decent. You mentioned that LDLC victory. We've seen it up against Project Eversio. Even Spirit Academy, who's been a decent team on the rise. So there has been some results coming through from Aura. Nothing to a team of this kind of caliber, however.
And it's back to basics here with the guns out. The AWP in for Hype. Trying to want to deal with this one as effective here. Smokes in for Aura. Might suppress and delay the inevitable execution from ENCE. I say that, and the smokes start pouring in. The flashes start going out. Shine does get caught. A resmoke back down, and they pour their way out a ramp. So on for Snappy. Here's those footsteps. Spray goes a bit awry, and the MAC-10 can find that pick at the edge of the smoke. Franson holding with the AUG as they hold a contention over the A site. Yet to see that bomb crossing get planted. That's eventuality here for ENCE.
Oh, they've done so much damage onto Snappy, down to 2 points of health. Rotations have been quite slow from Bobek up to the short position, and Hades is getting this top con and jungle position. They can get the plant down to peek out from CT. The NWP is going to deny that.
Little bit off for Dia in that one. Flash forward for Hades. Can maintain the man advantage with the trade on Bobek. I'll look for Franson here at Connector, and if he can dash out that damage, that could be enough to win the round or find Zen at CT, which is what Spinks will do. And yeah, Hype and Franson will go ahead and save their weapons. We'll catch Hades on the way back out, but there's no retake on for these individuals.
And even with that slight mistake of giving yourself up to the CT angle when they don't have a smoke down, the way they counter that, the flash forward for Hades to get into jungle is just precision. Hype with the NWP. Oh, alrighty. If only we saw those kills on the retake.
3 big ones. Funny we saw those kills on the defensive, more likely, for Aura. If they could stop any bomb plot, if they could stop any contention, any potential from ENCE, that would be nice. And that's 4 at the start. Aura at least have that AWP in for Hype. And do the other CTs force around these 2 weapons?
Yeah, you'd have to imagine that with the money where it is, probably just half invest. Give yourself some level of status in terms of the buy going into round 5. Just not buy it down completely. ENCE, so far, they haven't really been challenged all that much on this T side.
I'm just forcing straight forward into the A site. Missed shots from Shine. Doctor with easy pickings. Spinks, end of the smoke, is going to get tagged up by Franson, but not kill potential. He's on 72 points of HP, the lowest HP player on the ENCE board. Sprays continue to come forward for Auras. They are desperate to find something out of this, but with the player going down as Shine, they might leave these Deagles to get exit frags, get some guns back out, save the AWP and the AUG again, get the money in a decent spot for Aura. And ENCE will get the 5-0 start. This was the team I expected to see on Vertigo Dwayga, and they are having a wonderful time. Yeah, they are. And this is expected. And this is an ENCE side that's looking solid, and a team that really deserve to go into their RMR. They'd probably be one of many favourites to make it forward. Decent shot comes out for the Deagle, Hunt squad for the rest. ENCE going to get up to 5. Snappy might even be able to hunt out the market player. Ooh, struggling ever so slightly, being able to finish off the kill. Hype's going to be able to hold on to the NWP, so the main objective of saving the AUG and the AWP is going to be coming forward. And I guess in terms of some of the young talents in the Swedish scene and some of the lower divisions, we've obviously seen Fozzy out on that young ninja side, Chauzy from Galaxy Racer, some of the young AWPers coming up. Maybe Hype has got to be on our radar as well. Well, if this series is any indication of what his consistent level is, then yeah, this actually could be solid. For him individually, the AWP been fantastic. Smokes on, quick out for ENCE. Or shot for Hype, not quite as good this time though. Dia overwhelmed. Do they see that second CT? They have now. Shine gets away with a pick back, but Dia responds towards him. Tag to 29, a 4 versus 3. Molotovs to get him back out. Snappy gets Franson, and Hades finds Bobek. And just like that, ENCE looks so clinical to get themselves together. The plant will be secured. A 1v4 for Zen. This is just absolutely no respect. Let's pug it. And for ENCE, some of these rounds, they just look so sharp individually. They're just running. They're just absolutely rushing them. And this is demoralizing for Aura to lose the rounds in the pace in which they are. Oh, Snappy. Straight execution shot straight to the head of Zen. Frag found easy as it goes 6-0 up for ENCE. And you're right, it is no respect. Straight up and out, straight into the face of Aura, straight overwhelming. And again, comparing to where ENCE were about 2 hours ago, it's a very, very different story and a very, very different team. Double AWPs out for Aura, trying to find some sort of way back into this, trying to find some sort of opportunity to respond to the ENCE side, and Hype and Zen will have to be those damage dealers. You got Hype out towards underpass, Zen coming into short, might challenge the AWP viewer battle directly on his part. FAMAS in towards the connector control. Might provide some support for Aura, but it's all about his first pick, and Hype will catch Dotto.
That's so fast coming out for ENCE, and now they've actually been on the receiving end of what the damage could be like. Nade up to the short position. Zen just trying to stay alive. So much damage coming in. Hades actually falling to the HE.
Yeah, didn't expect that HE to come forward as he got legged by the AWP. Hype's AWP set down here towards underpass still. Snappy might be aware he's sticking around. Good shot towards him. Now 2 left for ENCE. Dia and Spinks separated from each other as well. Bomb out towards the apartment, so it's got to be Dia that picks it up, but does he commit towards that B here?
Now they just try and slow it down, force out mistakes from the city side. Spinks is working with the sound cues, knows that there's someone up in the short position, needs to find the angle, has to deal with the comp player first, and he does so. Looking to see if he can follow up. Oh, the second kill eventually comes in.
Oh, Dia's chance to strike as all their attention is drawn towards short. There is a player that is keeping their eyes on apartments just in case. That Zen set. As Franson watches, flashbang in, Dia with a swing, does not see his man. Does catch Zen though, footsteps heard, headshot game, 2v2! ENCE from 5v2 and brought it back to now 1 man. Shine detected by Spinks at the cross, the bomb on the back of Dia. Going to force out this player in the last second. He's going to be in the open plant position. Spray through, drops that bomb and now falls away. Expecting Spinks to have counteracted and rotated. He's going to go back for the bomb and get the plant in.
He's got to get it down. Can't fake it out. Can't draw the fight. AWP knows that Shine's still out here for a market. All comes down to the duel and Shine's going to win it. Aura being able to get the clutch together, but it should have never have gone down to that situation. They can be happy that they converted that round. That should have been over so much quicker than what it was.
Again, ENCE doing work to get that round back from the brink to even have a chance at holding it. And it just, again, goes to show everything that ENCE have been putting behind this map up and how confident, how good they are right now. First to the board of Aura, a laboured effort to get there. And it's still so much money for ENCE, so losing that round does not affect them too much in the long game.
No, not at all. And if they answer back here in round 8, you just crush the CT economy. So they'll be looking at that one and actually having a look at it as a positive note. We brought back a 2v5 situation to almost winning it and just didn't quite come out. And Spinks for that AWP, not quite hitting that last connection onto Shine. And for Aura, it's a start. It's their first round on their CT side.
Now they've got to find the follow-up, and that's the next big challenge. SMGs for Masters, AWPs and M4s. Only 1 M4 really for Shine and 1 AWP for Hype. T-side tries to set themselves up with smokes out towards the mid-control at Sniper's Nest and a default that takes the apartments in top of mid-control.
Nade into Dia early rounds without even spamming or giving any information away is well placed. Bobek struggling over at this B site. 1 kill and 7 deaths for the man. ENCE, you start wondering to yourself, are we just going to see another B split? Probably likely.
Yeah, probability here for ENCE. Oh, Zen getting caught to 34. The FAMAS not trading that much damage here. Bobek's got to do a bit more closer here towards the apartments at the edge of that smoke. Evades Dia spray as well. Can deal with Dotto. Spray back through that smoke, getting Dia and all 3-on-3 scenario. ENCE putting the brakes on, going back down to the apartments.
Well, Snappy that was playing top con that whole round. He was just a lurk, trying to even cut the rotations. He got 1 kill, bring that bomb back over, Shine. Oh, well, at least he's the one that falls. Franson coming quite quickly in. They're doing damage. They catch off Hades.
Advantage for Aura. The bomb will go down. ENCE have fought their way out of worse positions, but heavily tagged. Aura, a couple of good engagements could be enough to secure these picks, and indeed Snappy's going to fall. Spinks got caught as well. Hype finds the frag back, and it will be a second on the board for Aura. ENCE halted for the time being as the CTs finally get started.
Well, ENCE actually played that round to perfection. The way that they scrambled the CTs, they over-rotated them to B. Snappy had A completely open. It was just the follow-up and the way in which they were able to do damage from top mid of Franson with that MP9 and the short peek that came through for the AK, and just everyone starting to work together, getting that synchronization on, and Aura getting a couple of rounds in a row.
Trying to break back some ground against ENCE. There's still buys involved for the C side, however. Still a little bit of money on Dia and Spinks in spite of 2 rounds where they've just forced the issue back. 1 plant bonus is only going to be so impactful here, ENCE. Looking around the apartments and the mid control. It's going to be face out from Snappy behind that smoke, looking into the sniper's nest and Molotoving off connector. They hold control and just spray out. Hope to catch the CT side.
And they'd come back in and just again ends with the pace out from this mid position. Zen looking up to the apartments, gets swung on by the short position. Snappy gets a kill. Last player on the B side should get overwhelmed. ENCE are so quick in this first half.
Well, 2 rounds of hiccups, but then immediately coming right back in. ENCE not allowing Aura to go any further than just those 2. And just again, with how quick and efficient these executions have gotten on both A site and B. Mention how confident this map can be for the ENCE side, and we can see exactly why. Shine with 1 exit frag. Now we're going to run out of the apartments and save alongside France, and this will be 7-2 for ENCE.
Yeah, they're just giving, again, no respect whatsoever. They just want to get into the face. They want to play mind games. And for Aura, this is not the first half that you are after at all. Shine, even if he falls, if that AK drops, that could be such a difference maker going forward for the rest of this half. It doesn't quite happen. Gets that exit kill. I'm worried here. Really worried for the Swedes. Because when you look at the position they put themselves in after winning map 1, you could think that this is set to be one of the biggest upsets in quite a while.
It was looking like that at the start of the series. Right now, that possibility seems a little bit less than likely. ENCE flash their way forward, look into the mid-control. Franson's AUG swings out, sees 1, gets a kill, and gets right back out of dodge.
They're just trying to brute force the attempt with a frag out from mid. Shine looking up to the position out from Palace to be able to get a pick back. Even from mid, Hades keeps striking with a couple of entries up into that short position, but that's B-side open.
How quick the crosshair adjusts. Hades is tagged, Snappy. Now realizing B-side's open, his best bet is to go back for the apartments, and Hades is hunting for even more. The AWP leaning in, and where does Hades play this? Passive at the doorway, the market entrance. Snappy going to be a bit careful about the underpass control just in case, and that silence might be an indication here. AWP does get spotted. Hades refaces, can't quite get the player to drop, but now they know that it has to be a B play.
Just get that bomb down. Hades has got complete control out from the marker position. They've even got some few flashes between them, and Franson with the kit has to support the AWP.
AK tucked behind bench. Swing out, sees 1, tap straight, sees the AWP as well, and that can allow the chance for Hades to adjust, get his 3rd kill, and put ENCE up on track for the IEM Fall main event spot. To join the likes of Endpoint, who just beat out Saw in a 2-0 fashion, a 16-14 on that last map as well, Dwayne.
Ooh.
So our boys are in. The question is, will the boys of ENCE also be in?
Yeah, wonder as well. The Brit of Hades that sounds incredibly British, even though he's from Poland. Looking to try and see if he can make it through as well. And for them, they're in such a great position. And even for Hades, didn't even have the AWP in that last round. He was looking like a rifler.
He looked fantastic in doing so. Again, we saw him being the silent element. When the smoke's set, ENCE back up to the basics, the set piece, which has worked so well for them. Hype trying to block off that smoke and get ahead of the game. Shine tapping forward with the Eagle, does find Spink. Snappy there with a responsive. Zen can dish out a little bit of damage, but we'll get forced back here. 4v4, Molotov towards him at the danger box. Hades going to see both CT players. And actually completely missed the player on the site itself. He's run past another player also at ticket booth. The T's may get caught off for this. Bobcats gets 2 players for his trouble. A 2 versus 2. Swinging back towards Snappy, and Hades' mistake might still cost Aura, especially if he falls here. But Bobek does get caught here. Franson 1 on 2. Deagle back at Sam. Widge taps forward. Can't finish off the kill on Hades. A triple up as he does recover his mistake and recover the round for ENCE.
Now, you can back me up here, Jay, or maybe you can't. I don't know if I'm overthinking this, but are ENCE just getting carried away with it ever so slightly on the T side? You've got Hades running through the back triple molly and then just with his knife out running into CT. Like, yeah, it's comical and it's exciting stuff. It's just what is some of the decisions going on here? It's just so chaotic.
It is. I mean, they were thriving in the chaos, but that was a round where that could have really gone awry, thanks to Hades just forcing so far forward. They're quick out of the gates here into the A site, and Hype this time, blind as a bat, still catches 2 frags. As Spinks and Dotto drop a 5 versus 3, sprays towards the player on the site, taking absolutely no damage. That's Shine now back behind Danger, and Nays to force Dia away, and meanwhile Snappy has snuck back in towards the ladder room, gets the kill onto Hype, baits in France and gets info for his teammates. As the bomb rotates back to the B side, that seems to be the split call from ENCE.
Oh, they're just scrambling them now. And with the lurk out in the A site itself, all it's going to come down to is one mistake. One overstep from the CTs, and they're going to start getting punished for it. Hades gets caught off at least, so that's the A player dealt with.
Now mid control established by Snappy. And back in outside the ladder room onto short. Smokes on as well to block off the connector control, indicating they might go towards short. That forces a rotation back as well for Zen. He's thinking about potential to backstab, but they've left connector completely uncontested, and that is going to allow the angle for ENCE to sneak in. Snappy still gets caught. Last man of Dia not being spotted here at the stairs is where he's at, and Shine pushing out to 19 points of HP now, being surrounded in this 1v4. Dia should concede the third back to Aura unless he goes thermonuclear right here, and nope. Bobek will deal with the last player, get that third to the ball to the CT side. And like you mentioned, scrappy, reckless, very quick out from ENCE. This time it works against them.
Yeah, and this is maybe where Snappy's got to say, all right, lads, let's settle down a bit. Because for Hype, he gets, what, 2 kills just running through the jungle smoke because it is just so quick. It is so fast out from ENCE. It's not normally how they play Mirage at all. This is definitely a game plan that they've come up with up against Aura because of the position they put themselves in. And now up against a very good-looking buy. A couple of AKs get saved in for that last round. Hype is getting flashed off, and another aggressive peek from Dotto.
Back 10 straight to the sniper's nest. No one there with the CT side is going to contest him. Hype's going to think about it. Back to the murder hole, and indeed he lands that shot. 13th kill for him in this game. Dotto drops an ENCE. Refire their campaign out towards the A site. Hades on France soon finds a crack angle against Hype, but Hype is one better. Gets his double. ENCE forced to slow down a little bit, but they are still keeping pacey to go towards the A execution. Hype going to reface back from CT spawn. Missing out against D. Shine takes some damage. Back there in a similar position. He may have given up the ghost here. The flash is going over to allow the peaks coming forward. All 4 CTs know this must be the A play.
And they've even got a backstab coming through from Zen. Smoke goes down to provide Shine some safety. And for ENCE, the slower they take to get this bomb down, the more Zen finds.
It does get planted. Snappy watching the back stab and wins that fight. An all-important one to bring things back in control for ENCE. Now they're just going to worry about the CTs coming in from spawn and jungle. And Bobek is going to be the man that comes in from jungle. Dia's got his bases covered. The shots out from the AWP. Still Shine comes up with a pick back. Spinks can deal with Bobek. 2v2, still Hype thinking of a swing, thinking of trying to bait out Spinks here. Tap on the bomb for the AK. NWP trying to bait in, sees that face, forces Hype away. Snappy gets his kill, and Hype now in a 1 versus 2. Time too far ticked here. ENCE should find themselves up on 10. As Snappy dishes out the final kill, a triple up for him, and ENCE continue all the control.
And I'm going to give it to Aura ever so slightly here, Jay, because they've thoroughly impressed me over the course of the series. They've come into map 3 when it matters the most, and individuals have just been sleeping. Zen, 1 kill, 12 deaths. Franson, 3 kills. Bobek, okay, he's been the B anchor. He's on 8. We've got to see more numbers being posted, and we've seen it in map 1. We've seen it in map 2, but it's just not coming through on Mirage.
Talk about raw reversal in that previous map, and here we are with quite literally the same scenario compared to map number 1. ENCE had individuals missing. Aura now have individuals missing. But it's slightly more forgivable considering Aura and who they are. Like, ENCE were expected to take this in 2-0 fashion. Aura should have been stomped out of this matchup, so I don't want to be too critical on them. Hype and Shine are still holding their own. 14 kills apiece. They are the stars of this squad. Zen struggling to get his 2nd kill still. Snappy isolate the Tech 9 to his head.
Yeah, they know that Franson's out here in jungle. The peak does come forward for Snappy, even with that information, and the Orb View duel goes the way of Hades. Now they can start running up to A.
He sees it from us as well as Bobcat. Meanwhile, Shine down a sandwich, swings on towards 1 man, looks for the 2nd kill of Spinks. No, responses are good. 3v2. Damage done to Dia as Franson's also attacked the 24. Bobek. Oh, Hades with the unscope at the wrong timing, actually. That opens up a chance now for Aura.
That was cheeky. He knows the orb's going scoped in, so he just wants to jump over the top, try and bait the shot. Actually comes away with a kill, and now it forces it back to a 2v2.
M4 blind firing for France, and so close to Spinks finally gets his kill together. Dia trades back and knows exactly where Bobek is. Face up with the AK burst fire headshot, 11 to the board of ENCE.
Oh, that's so slick. The crosshair placement in from Dia, the way that he crouches down, peeks his head up, and just instant tap to the top of stairs. 11 on the board for ENCE, and my goodness, they are getting closer and closer to going to the RMR.
They are on track, full steam ahead. One more round of this half to close out the T half in a 12-3 fashion. That probably could be enough right there. Or we've got to come up with something monstrous on the T side already to try and dish out the damage. Dia does get caught by Bobek, so I'm afraid to respond here for all. Oh, Hades! Molotov as well to keep Bobek at bay. And now look towards market where the other CTs can be rotating in from. The bomb should get planted. As long as they can deal with the apartment's face, then that should be more than enough for ENCE.
Now, they have missed the flash. They've got a huge backstab coming through from Spinks in top mid, so this is going to give the information pretty quickly that Short's going to be completely undetected. Thought it should be able to find the pick, and now it's got to be a save. Well, they've got to really go for it, but how do they, right?
Yeah, no save in round 15. Spinks facing Hype. Dive down upon one player, underpass Dotso. Does lose his life. It's snapping there responsive. Spinks up towards top mid. Deals with Franson and Hype. Well, feeling no Hype right now. He does get a second pick back. But no defuse kit either, and an important 1v2 clutch. He's already found 2 picks on for the Quadra. Trying to bait in the AWP. He's low HP, but Hades holds his own. Does lose his life, but time so far ticked here. Smoke down, got to take a full 10 seconds off the back of that. The smoke even missed out as well. And no, he's out of time. He's out of chances. He's out of the round. ENCE absolutely dominant here on T side as they look to try and close out this map quickly. 12-3 going into CT after the break.
Smoke clears, I'll still be on my feet, forget all of my fears, cause I know my destiny, I feel a champion, waking inside of me. It's set in motion, the legend's spoken, This is my moment. Can't break my
12-3 for ENCE, dominant as anything for the CT side. Aura are in trouble. Individuals yet to show up. Some are having the game of their lives, but ENCE have looked lights out on the T side. Going into CT, a pistol victory with conversions will be enough to set them up to map and match point and qualification point for IEM Fall. Aura to fall out of favour in what was a stellar start from them. It goes to Jello. Spinks facing an issue, seeing that contact the players up towards mid-control. He's got Hades to back him up. Headshots coming in for the CT players. They find that opening frag, but no more than that, it seems.
They keep fighting though. Spinks wants more in this matter, and he's got so much support behind him. Dodo being able to find the impact. His teammate of Hades as well. Hype just desperate for a trade back. And we're just seeing so many of the T's get picked off that, yeah, they've got bomb control. They're also in a 2v4.
Yeah, advantage of ENCE. Hype does get a couple of frags involved in the trades. 2 kills for him. So Dotto and Hades down and out to the hands of that Glock. And there's some pretty low HP players for ENCE at the same time. Spinks and Dia can be easily found out by Zen if he checks the right place at the right time. Okay. Player gets caught. 2v2. Now they have the A site. Little will they know about it. Dia ready for the headshot, however, has other ideas. And indeed, Hype's on for the quadra clutch. On for this round. If there's one player I would trust in the clutch here for Aura, it would be him. But he's playing carefully.
And he's played it so slow, so he would have had the information that Dia was playing in jungle and that they could have split the bomb side. So if he would have just got the bomb down to CT, he can get the extra bit of money forward. The tap does come through onto Dia. 15 HP up against 100. Snappy slow on rotation.
Really perfect with these shots here for the Glock. Hearing the footsteps as well. Snappy could give it up. Doesn't see the man. Default plant as well. Hype's got to just cover off this cross. Snappy falls back looking for that defuse kit as well. Dropped over at the ticket booth, and look at Hype. Look at how carefully he's playing. He's been missing his shots, gives up the information, gives up the positional advantage. Snappy now knows he's just got to go hunting here. Hype trying to play for time. Snappy doesn't see him towards the right-hand side, but Hype still finds the headshot and the quadra as Aura maintain themselves for one extra round.
That's a huge round. That's a massive clutch coming through from Hype. 4 kills. And it was the amount of gooshes we saw for Aura in that 2v4 situation that brought the advantage back. Snappy making so much noise, getting that kit over. Yeah, getting drawn for time. And eventually the Glock getting the finishing blow. Aura, it's a survival round and it keeps him in the game.
Force back of ENCE. With the scouts on Hades. Tapping his way forward at Hype. Gonna get that kill. Gonna capitalize on the advantage used to establish for his teammates. But Snappy, with that flick, quickly responds with a scout, showing that he's not to be messed with. And ENCE still have a chance in this round if they can continue hitting shots like that.
And if there's any person to look at for Aura to really get them over the line and keep this competitive, it's Hype. And to know that he was the one that started off this round perfectly, answered back quickly by that scout, is a good sign for ENCE. Sort of saying, right, we've dealt with the big fragger, let's now deal with the rest.
It's a 4-on-4 scenario with a weapon advantage for Aura. Of course, rifles in. AKs on 2, Galil and Mac 10 for Franson and Shine. Snappy just watching, still back at the back of the B site. Another headshot on Shine as Spinks catches Bobek. Perfect to the heads. And a 4-on-2. ENCE hold down the B site as Aura try and force their way back in. Franson can get a kill back. Spinks still holding with the Deagle face. Gets another kill back. Zen trying to respond, but no. Dia in with support and ENCE steal around back from Aura.
That's upsetting for Aura. When you think about how well they got that clutch together in the pistol, they're desperate. They're really looking for that conversion, and it doesn't come through at all. Fantastic shooting coming out from Snappy. Oh boy, who would have known that he was a scout god?
Not me. I don't even know if ENCE were even aware of that much. 20 frags for the man. He is top of the board for ENCE. Still 2 behind the likes of Hype. He's going to try and set himself back in. He does take a little bit of early damage towards the pistols as Shine works into the apartments. Doesn't last long with that opening man advantage. Spinks there with a quick responsive Hades to rotate back to the site. 2-2 split. Pretty aggressive stances from the CT defensive.
That's an opening pick out from B. Start seeing if they can shift the CTs ever so slightly. Zen with the walk up from top. Con spot the player out from triple, but just take damage in return.
Smokes on Scout being seen. Swing out the spray. Spinks can come forward with the kill back alongside Dia to respond towards Bobek. Not able to get Zen, unfortunately. Dotto going to creep around with the MAC-10, still look for Franson, calling the information. Spray through as Zen does full. Dotto can get his $600 frag. It'll be 14-4 for ENCE. 10 rounds of difference. 2 to the win for the CT side. Aura. Surely they're going to force buy here. Like, do you really see them grinding to OT?
Nah, you've got to buy it up, I reckon. Just say to yourselves, right, let's give it our best shot possible. Buy is coming in very late. Maybe they do just Glock it. Jeez, they want to play for OT. All right, well, we don't see that every day.
I mean, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't here. If they force it and lose, then they're on another force buy anyway. If they eco, at least they have guns out for round 20. But just to go 11 in a row, like, this has to be the best buy in the world if they want to do that. Shine and Zen at least get a couple of kills out for Glocks, actually. So 2 for 2 on the trade counts. Shine doing dink damage onto Dia as well. But him and Dotto can maintain control of the round as the MAC-10 just flies out of the mid control. Does only grab that MAC-10. Okay, he did grab the AK in the end, so. Rifle saved. ENCE on match point. Aura. 11 of them to come back here, and they have their guns back in.
I was really entertaining the idea of a Glock round victory for a moment there. A couple of kills coming in, more dinks off. Just no more than a couple. Aura fighting back from 4-15 down. ENCE one more round away from LAN.
Should be so. Dia forced out, damage done towards the Aura side, but Bobek can get that first frag. Zen can get a second kill to follow up on towards Spinks, and actually Aura still playing fast and loose with the hope of trying to hold some contention and hold a miracle run here. There's Dia with a pick on towards Bobek. Finding a frag alongside Stampy back over the back lines of the bench. Oh, he sees a double and capitalizes on that. 3-on-2 back for ENCE. After Aura started off so great in mid, the trades are good towards the A site, however. And the Orb of Hades coming in good here, trying to find Frats and trying to find Shine. Must hear those footsteps here to the cross. Easy shot. And order Frats and a clutch this 3K and a 1v2, peeking up to Hades. And he doesn't win the fight. 16-4 for ENCE. And the ENCE we expected to see at the start of the series comes to life at the end of it as they 2-1 against Aura and make their way into IEM Fall.